So what exactly is algorithm? I've already spoken about that. And what exactly is an algorithm and what is a search engine algorithm? There is not much of a difference. Algorithm, we might have understood that this is a terminology which is majorly used in mathematics, where we say that there is a particular formula, which is an algorithm, which is used to find out the solution of a specific problem. Similarly, the search engine algorithm uses a specific formula or an equation which is used to find out which web pages would rank on what particular positions. So we'll talk about all that. The other areas which we would be addressing is that why Google keeps updating algorithms. So there are different reasons why Google keeps updating its algorithms, and that too frequently. I cannot tell you how frequently they do it, but this is has been it has been observed and seen that the frequency has been continuously increasing. Since 2011, there were not much of Google algorithm updates, but since after 2011, there have been plenty of updates, and every year there are new and new updates which are getting on and getting launched across by Google in the search engine industry. So these are the various Google algorithms, guys, which have been named across by Google. Uh, you can see, as like I said, that animals' names have been used the most to name across these algorithm updates. Number one, we'll be talking about what is Google Panda update, and then why exactly this Google Panda update was brought in, and how can you make sure that your website is Google Panda proof. And if your website gets hit or hurt by a Google Panda or any other algorithm, what should be your SEO strategy in terms of making your website come out of that uh, algorithm hit. So there is an algorithm which can hit your website and your website get penalized, and once your website gets penalized, the overall search engine rankings for your website for the targeted keywords can go further down. So we'll talk about all that in detail. So Google Panda being one of them. Then we have Google Penguin, where there are different factors which leads to a depletion of search engine rankings whenever there is Google Penguin. It is a myth, guys, which where everybody feels that if you have encountered, if there is a Google algorithm update which have been encountered, then it's going to impact the search engine rankings in the downward trend, which is not the case. If you are doing things in right fashion, and I say right fashion, whatever we have understood and learned so far, if SEO has been carried out in that particular fashion, then entire Google algorithm updates will have positive impacts in your rankings. Never ever there's going to be a negative impact. So Google Panda, Google Penguin is number two. You can have great amount of positive impact on your website search engine ranking if you're doing things in the right fashion. We'll talk about that in much more detail. We'll also talk about Google Hummingbird. As of now, you can just get to know that these are just only names of updates. What exactly these updates are all about, what all factors do they really take into consideration. So we'll speak more about that. So Google Hummingbird, Google mobile friendly update. Then we talk about the Google top heavy update. So what exactly we mean by top heavy? Then comes in the Google EMD update. The EMD stands for exact match domain. So exact match domain is another update where Google has penalized certain websites which have booked in domains of their website or specifically on a keyword. Any website domain which is not the name of a brand but rather of a keyword, that has also got penalized. Google doesn't like these kind of stuff. We'll talk about that in detail. So this is considered as a spam activity. So then we'll also talk about some other updates: Google Pirate and Google Pigeon. So you can see Panda, Penguin, Hummingbird, Pigeons, Pirate, a lot of different names named across on birds and animals. All right, so let's deep dive into the entire thing. What do we understand by algorithm and search engine algorithm, guys? So algorithm, like I said, it's a self-contained step-by-step operations to be performed, just like a flowchart if we talk about. So the entire procedure or a policy or a overall formula which is used to go ahead and get a particular problem solved. To find out the solution of a particular problem, the algorithm is being used. It is a set of mathematical rules which determines the search engine algorithm. If we talk about, again, is a set of mathematical rules which are which determine the ranking of all the web pages which are being indexed by search engines in their database. So when the database is filled up with so many search results of web pages, they are changed from web pages. They are depicted in the search results, and what position would they be taking whenever a specific keyword is typed across. That is something which the algorithm finds out. It's plain and clear, simple, I believe, not much of a rocket science. Even the pictorial representation also talks about the same thing. The overall formula which is used to go ahead and decide which web page will come onto the top and which web page will come onto second, third, fourth, fifth, and so forth and so on. All right. So why Google updates algorithms? Very important question to address. Why there is a need for Google to go ahead and get these updates? Why can't Google just stay, stay intact and remain its algorithm the way it is right now? And instead of changing, it should not do a lot of hit and trial with this algorithm. Google keeps doing that with a certain objective in mind. There are certain reasons for that. Number one being to deliver best results. When we say best results, the users of the search engines, whenever they are coming over onto a search engine and typing across a specific query, which is called a keyword, when this specific query or keyword is typed across in search engine, they have certain hunger in terms of getting to know about something, to find some information. If the end customer is going to find the relevant results, the right best results after typing in the keyword, then only they will start feeling that they are getting value after using Google search engine. If that is not going to happen, the search engine users are never ever going to come back. And this way, Google will never be able to get maximum number of customers, and the customers number are the increase in customer numbers is very important for Google to go ahead and show it across to advertisers. If advertisers would see that more number of people are using search engines, then only they would invest into the paid part of search engine marketing. And the paid part of search engine marketing is the only form of generating revenue through the search engines. So Google is able to generate revenue through search engines with the help of the Google AdWords campaigns, the search campaigns, and these will only perform better if advertisers will keep investing money. More and more advertisements would be bought across by advertisers, and advertiser will only buy these uh, AdWords uh, product only if the end customers are coming back again and again, and their usage of the end customers of the targeted audience of the advertiser keeps increasing. And this will only happen if you have best results. So it's a long chain, and it's a win-win situation which is needed. If you have to deliver, if Google delivers the best results, absolutely the end customer would be happy, and because of end customer would be happy, the advertiser would also invest in, and advertiser will also get in return on investment for its money which they have invested, and also Google will also feel happy that they are getting great amount of revenues and profit. So Google, advertiser, the search engine user, and the websites which are ranking in the non-paid listings also, all of them would be happy. So the search algorithms are created. The updates on the search algorithms are being formed and floated across with the objective of delivering best results, because there are various there have been various instances when there have not been Google search results algorithm, not there have not been Google algorithm updates, and the websites which are not actually the best results, they are ranking onto the top. So Google funnels down, filters down, and finds out which websites are best, which websites are delivering much better quality in relation to the keyword which is being typed across. So the best quality providing websites are ranking onto the top, and the search engine user will always feel better if these great quality related websites are onto the top. Not the bad ones. If the bad ones start ranking, the entire win-win situation will be a lose-lose situation, which is not at all a favorable and an ideal situation. So the number two reason why Google keeps updating its algorithm is to provide relevancy. Like I said, so best results, relevancy, they are somewhat related terms. If you want to provide better results and better relevancy to the search engine users, as in Google will not provide that, the entire business of Google is going to be jeopardized. Number three reason, search engines like whether it's Google, Yahoo, Bing, they keep updating an algorithm in a fashion that a layman, whenever a layman searches on the web, the results are more relevant, and search engines uses the programs and formulas to deliver the best. So all in all, it's the same thing which I have mentioned above, which is the best and the relevant part. Number fourth point says to promote websites which are performing white hat SEO techniques. So we have spoken about the black hat techniques, guys, in the last video in the eighth session. Similarly, I'm talking about the white hat. Whatever we have learned so far in our entire course, that comprise of all the white hat SEO techniques. Right? If you don't perform white hat SEO techniques, there is a higher probability that your website can get banned and it won't reach onto the top. But if you're doing great stuff onto your website, you're performing white hat SEO techniques, your website will absolutely be promoted whenever there is a Google algorithm update. So whenever there is a Google algorithm update, you are absolutely going to get a better advantage if you're performing the ethical practices, the white hat SEO techniques. All the websites performing white hat SEO techniques are in are way too happy whenever there is a Google algorithm update, whichever one it may be, whether it's a Panda, Penguin, Phantom, Pigeon, or the Hummingbird, whatever update it may be. But the websites which have been performing SEO with the use of black hat SEO techniques, they have no reason to be happy whenever there is an algorithm update. They are always looking out to just hide away, they are shying away, and they are very much worried whenever there is an algorithm update, guys. Right? So, and the last point, which says that why Google updates algorithm is because of the reason that nobody is able to decode the entire formula. The entire search engine algorithm formula is not at all to be decoded. That's the reason why Google keeps updating its algorithm, guys. Now let's start understanding each of these algorithms one after another. Number one being Google Panda update. Google Panda update says the idea behind this update was to penalize websites which had low quality content. So just mark this word, the low quality content part. When we say low quality content, there are different definitions to low quality content. Content which is being copied across from various websites and then pasted across on your website, or content which has got a lot of keywords being stuffed across. So if you go ahead and type across a lot of stuff in, let's say 3%, 4%, 5% keywords, 3% keyword density, or much more than that, then also it's a low quality content. Or if you take out copy content from various other third party websites and post it across on your website, again it's a thin layer or a low quality content. So Google Panda update, whenever that is being launched, all those websites are being identified with low quality content and they are being penalized. The very first date of the Google Panda update was in the year 2011, and that was Feb 2011. Month was Feb, and the year was 2011. Number of updates, guys, so far since Feb 2011 have been 28 so far. There have been 28 updates. So the frequency have been like almost twice or thrice in a month. One update in 2 to 3 months is the kind of frequency which has been there. Initially, the frequency was lesser, but at present, after every couple of months, the algorithm updates, Google Panda algorithm update is happening. It might happen that this frequency might increase or decrease. You never know. So Google is not vocal about when is the new Panda or a Penguin update is going to be. It's just that when it happens, we get to know. Or there are certain rumors also which you get to know within. There are various websites which talk about that. The purpose of this Google Panda update was to actually bring down those websites which were using low quality content, bring up those websites which are using the high quality and content sites onto the top of the search engine rankings. So in the search engine rankings, only those websites would be moved up which have got high quality content. Now let's talk about Google Penguin update, guys, in what exactly is this update was all about and how it is different from the other update, whether it's being the Panda or the Hummingbird or the top of the page, or whether it's being the exact match domain or the any other update. All right, so Google Penguin update, guys, was brought in with the idea of bringing down those websites that were violating the Google Webmaster Guidelines, and also those websites which were using black hat SEO techniques, specifically those websites which were building a lot of backlinks from various other uh, black hat ways. So we have spoken about the link farms, if you remember, all those websites which have been creating a lot of backlinks with the help of link farms, or were buying backlinks from various other uh, third party providers which use a lot of bots. Uh, those websites were getting hit, and their rankings were getting impacted in a negative direction whenever there was a Google Penguin update. So websites buying in a lot of backlinks, websites getting backlinks generated with the help of bots and robots, or programs which are being designed and created to get the backlinks made, and all those websites which are getting backlinks with the help of link farms and other activities. The very first update was launched by Google. The very first Google update, Google Penguin update, was launched in the year April 2012. Since then, there have been almost 8 updates of Google Penguin update, and the purpose, like again I said, the purpose was to actually bring up all those websites which were building backlinks from high quality websites. High quality backlinks were being achieved by certain websites which were getting websites which were achieving high quality backlinks were getting appreciated, and they were being moved on to the top. And all those websites which were creating backlinks from various other black hat SEO techniques, just like from link farms or any other black hat SEO techniques, were getting penalized for the same. Right, so that was Google Penguin update, guys. Now comes in Google Hummingbird. We would like to understand what exactly Google Hummingbird update is. So Google Hummingbird update, guys, was not much. It had not much to do with the entire backlinks or the content part, and there is not much which can be done from our side, because Google Hummingbird update was all about the security stuff. Uh, the traffic which was coming on to the website through search engine was not getting recorded because of Google Hummingbird update. What exactly was this? Let me show you with the help of an example on the search engine. All right, so when I go to google.com, let's say if I type in the keyword buy iPhone 6, let's say. Now, what happened with Hummingbird update, guys? There was nothing within the SEO activities which was related to the Hummingbird update. This update was just an addition of this word letter S. The addition of the letter S in the URL of Google search results. What you can see over here, I have highlighted that HTTPS. Earlier, when the Hummingbird update was not there, it was only the HTTP version. There was no S version to it. The S word, when it was added on to the entire thing, it actually meant the security has been strengthened up for the entire Google search results page. This entire Google search result page was earlier not on a secured and a safe server. The entire search results were not that safe because of the Google Hummingbird update. The entire database was showcased on certain server which had the security level uh, encryption. So this entire security, from security point of view, the servers were being changed, and the entire search engine results page were being shown across tightly, and it was done with the objective of refraining and also staying away from those people who are very much prone to, who are very much into hacking or in spreading across a lot of malwares. So the websites which were ranking over here, they were also feeling confident, whether it's the apple.com or Snapdeal or Amazon. They are feeling confidence. They were feeling confident that their website is getting listed across on a specific URL, which is the Google URL, the Google search engine URL, which is safe and secure. So they were feeling safe and secure, and they don't have that entire fear of getting a malware or a hacking attack or something of that sort. So Hummingbird update was just an addition of the safety point. From the safety point of view, it was a valuable feature for everybody, whether it was the website owner which was ranking onto the search engine results page in the organic one, or the website owners or the advertisers which were making their website rank in the paid part also. Plus, also it was good for the entire search engine users also, that whenever they were typing in a specific keyword, they were uh, going ahead and opening those websites which were also safe and secure, because Google doesn't really go ahead and rank those websites which have malwares or they have been hacked. So this is another factor with the Hummingbird update. Now the other thing which was a drawback of the Hummingbird update was, I would show you that within Google Analytics, the entire set of data of what all keywords have gotten, what amount of organic traffic, that was not getting tracked. I'll just show you that. I've also mentioned that earlier also when we were learning Google Analytics in one of our modules. I did mention that majority of the keywords which are getting us the traffic onto our website, that was not getting tracked at all. So let me just log out from this one and then show you. So what I need to do right now is to sign in across onto my analytics account and then show you what was the major impact, the drawback of this particular Hummingbird update. All right, so I'm logging onto my Google Analytics account. I'll show you what was that single major factor, which was a most relevant factor, guys, when it comes down to analyzing the performance of our website. On Google Analytics, it's very much visible how much traffic is my website getting, and where is this website traffic coming from, how much time is the entire set of traffic, the entire set of people visiting on my website, staying on my website, that average time, average session time, so forth and so on. How much traffic am I receiving organically with the help of the search engine optimization campaigns or with the help of other things. So let's say if I go into the acquisition part, guys, underneath acquisition, we have all traffic, and underneath all traffics, we have the channels part. When I click onto the channel parts, we have seen this in our Google Analytics video also. The entire set of campaigns which are running across, whether it's the organic search engine optimization or websites getting hit because of the direct hits, or from other third party websites, or because of social media marketing or email marketing, that is being shown across to us within the Google Analytics when we go into acquisition, all traffic and channels. When I'm onto the channels part and I check on the organic search traffic on my website is 54%. More than half of the traffic onto my website for the period September 7 to October 7, 2015 is with the help of SEO. When I click onto the organic search, this is what I get to see as a drawback. What you can see when I click on organic search, the entire keywords which are getting me traffic organically onto my website, they are not getting tracked at all. Because of the Hummingbird update, most of the keywords which were getting traffic onto our website organically were not getting recorded at all. You can see 96% of the keywords which were getting organic traffic are not getting recorded. Some of the keywords are getting recorded over here, but majority of the keywords, it started with almost 70 to 80%. Now slowly and steadily it's actually moving up, and Google has mentioned that up to 100% this is going to happen for sure. Now this happened because that safe and secured layer which is protecting the entire websites over here, that was not letting the Google Analytics JavaScript code. The JavaScript code of Google Analytics is not able to connect and talk and let the safety layer actually work in accordance to them. So the safety layer and the JavaScript code both are in conflict, and this is something which has really pissed off the marketers, because marketers are always looking at how are the keywords performing from the entire SEO point of view. So this was the major drawbacks, guys, because of Google Hummingbird. But the major advantage was that the entire websites listed across were feeling safe and secure. So that's to do with the Hummingbird update, guys. Not provided, like I mentioned, traffic search queries increased from 20%. It was a earlier 20% when the Hummingbird update was there. It moved to 80 to 90%. Like we saw that 94% it is there right now. And the major reason, where the major thing which happened with Hummingbird update was that it moved to HTTPS, like I mentioned, from HTTP. So the addition of the safety layer, which was there, it happened for most of the regions, and ranking of the keywords of specific websites, which was specially created for link farms, websites which are getting web backlinks from link farms were also got affected with Hummingbird. And some of the theme related websites were given much more importance in Hummingbird. So these were like small little observations, but major uh, aspects which were related to Hummingbird update was the not provided and the movement of the HTTP to the HTTPS. This all started in the year 2011. Google started encrypting all these searches who was signed in for all the signed in users. This all resulted in Google Analytics appearing not provided. It is almost 80 to 90% of the search query, which we have already seen. So that was with Hummingbird update, guys. Now let's talk about the mobile friendly update. As a search engine optimizer, with Hummingbird update, you can't really do much. But with the Penguin update, you have to be careful that you don't go ahead and create a lot of backlinks from uh, by using black hat SEO techniques. Plus, with the Panda update, what you can really go ahead and be careful and avoid as a precaution thing, what can be done is to use unique content and upload unique content on your website, and never ever do a lot of keyword stuffing. So keyword stuffing, duplicacy content not to be done if you want your website to be Panda proof. And if you want your website to be Google Penguin proof, you don't really need to go ahead and apply all those link building techniques, which are the black hat techniques. So if you perform link building activities, they have to be all the white hat, not the black hat techniques, right? But with Hummingbird update, there is nothing much which you can do. It's just that you have to sit, relax, and watch what is happening around. You are devoid of the entire keywords data, which is resulting into a lot of organic traffic on your website. So that's with the three major updates. Now comes in Google mobile friendly update, guys. So Google says that until and unless your website is not up mobile friendly or mobile responsive, it's not gonna shapen up and sharpen up the entire search engine optimization campaign. So this was in the month of April 2015, I believe, which is this. I'm recording this video in September October 2015. So just like 3-4 months back, this update came in, and this update, like I said, it was April 21st, guys, 2015. This update says that the mobile-friendly search engine algorithm says if your website is not appearing properly, you can see as the picture says, if the website is appearing properly in mobile, and so then the SEO campaign will strengthen up. And if in case it's not, then there are uh, lot of reasons why your website will not rank up because of your website not being mobile search engine friendly. So Google started giving importance to all those websites which are mobile friendly. There is a specific tool in order to check whether your website is mobile friendly or not. Let me show that across to you. What I can do right now, let's say if I type in across my website URL over here, let's say if I type in my website URL and see whether it's mobile friendly or not, I can get to know. So it's going to analyze, and it's going to take a bit of time. 78% done, 84% complete. Or it's almost 90% done. So just waiting for this mobile friendly test to get done. Alright, so just hang on for a couple of more seconds. Awesome. So this particular mobile friendly tool, checking mobile friendly test, which was being done for my website, which is yourcreations.ca. What you can see, it mentions that this page is mobile friendly. Awesome. All right. So they have gone ahead and checked that in totality. It says how Googlebot sees this page, learn more about mobile friendly. So there are plenty of things which you can go ahead and check and read about it. All right, so that's about the Google mobile friendly test, guys. It was not much of a rocket science. It just said that Google said that your website needs to be Google mobile friendly. If it's not mobile friendly, it will tell you within this tool. All right, now comes in Google top heavy updates. What do we understand by top heavy updates, guys? As the picture represents, that there are no heavy ads above the fold. What do we understand by above the fold, guys? Let me show you. So above the fold, let's say if I open this website. So if I open a website, the meaning of above the fold is that whatever will actually, now when I try to open a website, whatever picture or whatever screen will be in front of me without using the mouse. Now without using the mouse, without scrolling it further down, this is what I get to see, right? This is the entire screen over here. This is above the fold. If I scroll further down, whatever will come after that, this till up till this point, it was above the fold. Whatever content will come after scrolling, this is entire below the fold. This is entirely below the fold, guys, right? Above the fold was this, where we had not touched upon the uh, scroller on the right hand side. This particular update says that no heavy ads should be there on above the fold. Let me make you understand that. So this was released in the year 2012 in the month January. It said that Google said that all those websites which were using a lot of advertisements within the above the fold, their website rankings were being degraded. This is for the reason that the search engine user gets to visit a particular website which is not selling so much stuff with the help of advertisement, but rather for providing good information, at least in the above the fold section. So this is the reason why Google got this, because Google was not happy with those websites which were just doing which was doing submitting it across, pasting across a lot of advertisements and enticing the end customer to click on the advertisements, even in the very first above the fold. No matter after above the fold, if you can have more advertisement, it's acceptable, but don't get so much. Don't spam so much. Don't go ahead and overdo it again. There has to be a ratio which is to be maintained. It's majorly said that 80 to 20% ratio, 80% content, 20% advertisement. If you can go ahead and maintain, it's a good ratio. Also, if you're using product like Google AdSense should be only 3 ads should be allowed across within the entire web page, and only up below the fold, not in the above the fold. So don't go heavy with a lot of advertisement in the above the fold. That's what this entire update says, guys. So as quoted by Google, Google said that we have heard complaints from users that if they click on a result and it's difficult to find the actual content. I hope most of you had come across certain kind of situation where you're trying to click on a specific uh, text, in order to find relevant information that is not leading to the stuff which you are looking for, but it's rather leading to another advertisement only. So it becomes very difficult for the searcher to find the actual content. These searchers were not really happy with the experience. Even Google didn't appreciate that. So rather than scrolling down the page past a slew of ads, users wants to see content right away. The user is always looking for the right content instead of going ahead with showing a lot, seeing a lot of advertisements. The sites that don't have much content above the fold can be affected by this change. So if you click on a website and part of the website you see first either doesn't have a lot of visible content above the fold or dedicates a large fraction of the site's initial screen real estate to ads, that's not a very good user experience, right? So if you have so many advertisements right across in the above the fold real estate, it's not going to deliver good user experience, and Google is going to penalize the website. So such sites, Google says that may not rank ever very well moving forward. So that's with top heavy update, guys. Now comes in All right, some more stuff about top heavy updates. It says what to do when your website has been affected by top heavy updates. So you need to go ahead and, in order to get your site uplifted from the penalty, you need to reduce those advertisements, as simple as that. And once that instantly disappear, Google will make a note of it. It will whenever Google will visit your next time Google will visit your website, it will make a note of it, and it can probably take certain weeks for Google to uplift and update the entire penalty, and your website will be out of it after a certain period of time. All right. This is an example of top heavy update website, guys. What you can see, it's very much visible over here that there are many more advertisements and less of content, right? So less of content and more of advertisements in the above the fold, right? So that's the example of top of heavy update, guys. Now comes an exact match domain. Like I did mention what exactly the EMD update stands for. EMD stands for exact match domain, guys. There have been several websites which have created their website on a domain which has the keyword in the domain name. In the domain name, if you have the keyword, that is something which Google didn't like. So the EMD update, which stands for exact match domain, is a filter which Google launched on 28th September 2012, guys, to prevent poor quality sites. So there were these websites which were majorly created on the keyword related domain name. They had poor quality sites were being created. They were just created with the objective of ranking them and just to misguide the end customers. So because these websites had words that match the search terms in their domain names, and when a fresh EMD update happens, sites that have improved their content may regain good rankings. So this is another thing. Whenever there was an EMD update and websites with good keywords, good content with less keyword density, they were getting out of that update penalty. New sites with poor content or those previously missed by the EMD were actually getting caught whenever there was an EMD update. So EMD update was only looking at the overall quality of those websites which had the keyword in their domain names. The next update, guys, which we need to be careful about, which we need to be aware about, is the Google Pirate updates. So pirate updates, as it says, it's a filter. It was introduced in the year 2012 in the month August, guys. It was designed to prevent those sites which had which had many copyright infringement reports. Many websites which were getting a lot of DMCA, many DMCA complaints were filed across by certain websites. This particular update was taking action against those websites. As filed through Google DMCA system, these websites were not ranking well whenever there was Google Pirate updates. So many torrent websites were actually hit upon at that point of time when this Google Pirate update came in. So it was very much similar to other updates like Panda and Penguin, which worked as a filter and started looking at those websites which were performing black hat SEO techniques. So Google processed all those sites which were actually getting a lot of, there were a lot of complaints about a particular website with the help of DMCA. So if it catches any deemed to be in violation, those receive a D. So all those websites received a downgrade in the search rankings. So that was with the Pirate update, guys, which was very similar to Panda and Penguin. Now the next one, guys, comes in the Pigeon update. The Pigeon update was more focused towards the local search results. It was all about Google came up with the search engine algorithm update with the objective of providing useful, relevant, and accurate local search results. So if I'm right now, let's say in Toronto, Canada, so whenever I type in some keyword, uh, which is going to be a localized keyword, I should only get the local business which are in and around my region. And if somebody is out there in India and that too in Delhi or in Mumbai and that was a specific location in Delhi, that specific user should get the search results with specific results which are in and around that specific location which the user is typing across. The first update, guys, for the Pigeon update came in the year 2014 and the month was July. It was July 24, 2014. It was you can say a new local search ranking algorithm, and it affected those search results which were there within both Google Maps search and Google Web search. So not only the Google Web search were being affected, but also those search results which were there within the Google Maps listings.
I'm sure you enjoyed learning from this video. Please like the video, and if you have any doubts regarding this video, please comment us in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. Do look out for other related videos in our playlist. For more information, visit our website now. Keep learning with Intellipaat.